Hey everyone, it is Tiffany here, and today I want to talk about how your perception, how you're choosing to view the world around you, as well as your internal world, can be keeping you stuck. Before I get to that though, I just want to remind you to head over to removemylimits.com so that you can find all the tools that you need to rewire your brain and reframe your perception so that the world around you changes. We are very much creatures of habit, and we never actually learn how to perceive our emotions. So if we learn, or if we choose to perceive an emotion or a feeling inside of ourselves in a negative way, then it's more likely that we will continue that habit or that pattern through our life. And so what I'm wondering is the way that you're perceiving your feelings inside of your body, is that what's keeping you stuck? Is that what is stopping you from moving forward? So I ran a workshop recently and somebody said to me, I really want to get up on stage and present just like you do, except I'm terrified of speaking in front of people. Don't you ever get nervous? And if you do, how do you deal with it? And my answer was, well, before I go on stage or before I present anywhere, I have butterflies in my stomach, and oftentimes while I'm on stage, I feel my kneecap shaking. And this person said, oh, so you do get nervous? And I said, no, I don't get nervous. I've chosen to perceive that emotion as excitement. When I feel those butterflies in my stomach, I choose to feel that as excited. I choose to interpret that as excited. When I'm up on stage and I feel my kneecap shaking, I know that that means I have more energy to give to the audience so that I can give them more value and keep them entertained as well as educating them. Other people that I know perceive this to be nervous. Now, my behavior and the way that I show up changes depending on what I perceive that emotion to be. So if I perceive that emotion, those butterflies, to be excitement, then I'm going to go up on stage, I'm going to be energetic, I'm going to give people a ton of value, I'm going to be entertaining, I'm going to be passionate, and people are connected to passion, right? People can look at me up on stage and be like, wow, she's really passionate about what she's talking about, and they can get into it. If I get up there and I decide that I'm nervous, if that's what I tell myself, then my unconscious mind is going to make me act as though I'm nervous. I'll start stumbling over my words. I will lose track of what I'm talking about. I might even trip on stage because I'm so nervous. So, is the emotions that you're having every day, are you perceiving that in a negative way? So I just was working with a client and there was this feeling of having a terrifying feeling about success. And I asked, what if instead of being terrified, you're choosing to perceive it as terrified, what if that was actually excitement? What if that was just your passion showing through for all the lives that you're about to change or all the amazing things that you're about to do? And so when we start to change the perception, change how we choose to code or the label that we apply to that emotion, when we change that, our behavior changes. Because we act differently when we're excited than we do when we're nervous. We act differently when we're passionate about something as opposed to being scared to death of it. We act differently when we choose to perceive something as anger or rage as opposed to saying, you know what, somebody's crossed my boundary and I need to be more strict. I need to say no, I need to stand up for myself. If we choose anger or resentment, how we show up is going to be completely different than if we choose to be self-loving and set a boundary. So how can you decide to apply a different label to apply a different perception to the emotions that you're feeling to get a different result. Because as Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So if you want a different result, you need to change something. If you're not totally sure what you need to change, head over to removemylimits.com. I've got a ton of resources over there for you, including weekly coaching calls with me so that we can work together and help you rewire your mind so you can have more success and happiness. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.